the expressway.
A fresh look at how higher borrowing costs are putting pressure on homeowners. Equifax says mortgage delinquency rates in Ontario nearly doubled over the last year. CTV's Renee Rogers is following the story for us this morning. She's got the latest. So, Renee, take us through the numbers and what's behind them.
That's right, Marcia. A new report from Equifax Canada shows that the rate at which Ontarians are missing their mortgage payments, as you mentioned, nearly doubled over the past year. So the 90-plus day mortgage balance delinquency rate in the final quarter of 2024 jumped by more than 90% in Ontario to 0.22%. So in the final quarter, more than 11,000 Ontario mortgages recorded a missed payment. And Ontario is the province that saw the biggest jump, but you can see there Quebec also had quite the jump, up by 41.2%, and British Columbia up 37.7%. So what's behind this huge jump? Well, Equifax says that a lot of mortgage holders were able to lock in a low rate, either pre-pandemic or in 2020. Problem is, those mortgages are coming up for renewal at a time when, despite recent rate reductions, interest rates are much higher. And those higher rates have led to higher average loan amount and balance on mortgage renewals in 2024. Take a listen to what Equifax has to say.
It's really driven by high value mortgages and just that continued pressure that interest rates are putting on those homeowners as they're coming up for renewal on their mortgage. Now, we know interest rates have come down, but unfortunately the delta to what the current interest rates are still quite big, and therefore many of these consumers are still finding it difficult, and we're seeing missed payments rising.
And Marcia, this is not over. About 1 million mortgages that are up for renewal in 2025 are expected to be affected by this as well.
So is there any relief on the horizon for struggling homeowners?
Well, Equifax essentially says that there's a little bit of good news in all of this. Some people have actually been able to benefit from lower interest rates, and also the mortgage market is showing good signs of recovery. But what Equifax essentially says is it expects these missed payments will continue to rise for at least the next 3 to 6 months, but something that could lessen the impact is if interest rates continue to come down, like we have seen. By the way, the next announcement for that is March 12th. But that being said, Equifax also points out there's a lot of potential for economic instability coming for the rest of 2025. As we all know, Donald Trump and his tariff threats, it says that could cause unemployment to rise, leading to much wider spread financial shock for consumers. So really, Marcia, some optimism, but also a lot of uncertainty about these potential economic headwinds that we could be dealing with throughout this next year.
Renee, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Well, today is the last full day of campaigning in Ontario before voters head to the polls. We'll break it down when we come back.